Okay, so I'm back. It's now 7 o'clock. It's been a pretty long day. The weather hasn't been so good. It's been raining all day. And yeah, I pretty much just been to a lot of camera shops today. I went to about 5 camera shops just south of Akihabara. And yeah, the first one I went to was a place called Nishin Camera. And they have a lot of cameras, but also so much really cool merchandise, a lot of it handmade as well, like bags, hoodies, t-shirts, key rings, everything. They're really, really cool, and I bought a tote bag, and so this is the bag it comes in as well. So it's a bag within a bag. So I bought this really cool tote bag, and they also had a little is it like a purse or something? I don't know what you'd call it, but I love keeping my used rolls of film in little bags like this in my fridge, and it's also, you know, it would be good to have in my bag while I'm shooting, and just put the used ones in here. So it's a really, really cool little piece of merch that they do. So I definitely highly recommend everyone when they visit Tokyo to go to Nishin Camera. The other 3 shops in the area, there was one called Camera Kitamura. They are quite difficult to find. They're the second floor of like a garage building. But once you do find them, they're very good, because they have a lot of very, very cheap cameras, because there are a lot of in Japan, a lot of camera shops have very, very mint cameras. This camera shop does not. They have dents, they have scratches, they have things wrong with the shutter, but because of that, they're very, very cheap. I think I saw Olympus Pen FTs for 50 quid because they had, you know, clouding in the viewfinder, which is just like, you know, it's pretty damn good. I think there was a black Nikon F2 with the prism head for about 120 quid. I was pretty tempted to get that, actually. I have absolutely no space left in my bag. So yeah, I definitely recommend that as well. And then the third one I went to was also quite a really, really nice camera store, especially for beginners, because they have a lot of kind of refurbished cameras with colorful skins on them, a lot of smaller compact cameras, film cameras. And then they also have a quirky little garage area with lots of like junk cameras, which are just fun to kind of look through. They also have a lot of, well, not a lot of, but a section for expired film, which is, you know, great. It was really, really cheap. I think it was 1,000 yen for a roll of film, 400 ISO Fuji film, expired. I mean, they're all kind of different expirations. I think it was like 2003, 2006, 2008, 2012. That was the latest one I saw. So Japan gets very, very hot. So I don't know, but you know, if you don't have much money and you just want to shoot, then get it, you know, by all means. So that's another one definitely to visit. There's one small camera store in Akihabara, and last time I was here, I was looking through and I found a little Minox camera, and the guy was the shutter was broken, you know, like always with those cameras. But the guy wanted like 80 quid for it, and I went no, and he got quite rude with me. So I haven't previously recommended him. It's actually got 2.2 star review. So and I don't know what the name is because it's in Japanese, but I'll link it in the video. So but it's Main Street Akihabara, and I've walked past there 3 times now, and he seems a lot nicer. He has a lot of like digital compact cameras now, which is quite funny. He's obviously jumped on that trend. So yeah, and then another camera store I went to was, let me just find it. It was, okay, I'm gonna have to pause and skip ahead. Anyway, I think it's called Obayashi. I'll link it in the description only because I want to tell people absolutely do not go to this camera store. They were very, very rude to me last time I was there. They pretty much told me to leave just because I took a photo of one of the cameras on my phone. So I thought, I'll give it a second chance. And I went back today and there was a sign on the door saying that they no longer, they're no longer a physical store or an online shop. Any customers who want to make a purchase, please let us know by knocking. So I knocked and the woman came out, the same woman who was rude to me before. She came out, pointed to the sign and went, no. You want camera? You want to buy camera? No. So I definitely don't recommend that camera store. Luckily there are a lot of other very, 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 very nice camera stores. I then met up with my friend John Civil. He runs a really cool Instagram called Tokyo Camera Style, where he takes photos of people's cameras that he meets on the street, and he also takes some bloody good images. Definitely check him out on Instagram. He took me to Jinbocho, where we went to a couple bookshops. One of them was what was the name? Genkido. I'll link all of this in the video, but Genkido Bookshop. It had a lot of exhibition books and magazines, camera magazines from like the 80s, in really, really good condition, and they were really, really cheap too. I feel bad. I feel like I shouldn't tell you this. I shouldn't tell you where these bookshops are because I want to be greedy and keep them to myself, but John shared them with me, so I'll share them with you. There's also a very famous, very, very good bookshop called Komiyama, which I definitely recommend everyone go to. It has a lot of Japanese photographers. It has a whole section of Japanese photographers on the left, and then on the right, all of the the Western kind of international photographers that we all love and know. But it's a really good shop to discover new Japanese photographers. And then the next place we went to was a little camera store that I hadn't actually heard of. It was a lomography store. So if you're a fan of lomography and you want to get some film or cameras, lomography cameras, there's a little store in Jinbocho that does it. So and then I said goodbye to John and I went to what was it called? I want to pronounce everything correctly, but it's quite difficult. Asakusa, I think it was called Asakusa, and this is quite a famous place, yet I'd never been there before, and John had told me to go there because he said it was a good place to do street photography, and holy shit was he right. There are a lot of really, really cool dressed up people in kimono and traditional wear, because it seems to be a very large it's one of those one long streets towards like this incredible Japanese temple. So I got a lot of cool images of women and men in the traditional Japanese clothes, a lot of families, a lot of people eating, drinking, so much interaction within a small space, so you can really take some very good photos. I wouldn't recommend shooting with a long lens, but I had a 35 on my Nikon F2, so it was just perfect. And I think I shot a whole roll of Tri-X 400 and Lomo 800. So yeah, and I did that until it got dark. And then I had to go back and kind of come back here and retire because I have now blisters on my feet, so it is very painful to walk, but I will funnily I'm going on a photo walk tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna go probably around here somewhere, and yeah, but it's been a really good day despite the rain. I hope tomorrow is like today, actually, because it wasn't like heavy rain, it was like light rain. You can still carry a camera around in light rain, you know, it's fine, whatever. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.